Hello, my name is Tucker Johnson, and I am today representing a company called Nimdzi Insights, because Nimdzi is a company that I founded several years ago with my partner Renato Beninato, and we just recently launched our inaugural, our annual market ranking, the Nimdzi 100, thanks to all of the hard work by our entire research team, but I especially want to call out our chief researcher, Sarah Hickey, who has just put her heart and soul into this and worked her little tail off. And maybe one day I can convince her to go live with me and talk about it. But I actually don't want to talk about the Nimdzi 100 today. I actually want to talk about data visualizations, because one of the coolest things about the way that Nimdzi puts out their numbers is all of the data is completely downloadable, which means you can download the data, you can sync it up to whatever systems that you like to use. If you're an Excel guy or gal, that's great. I'm a Google Data Studio kind of guy because it's free and I don't like paying for Tableau and Power BI, but all of that stuff's good. It's completely up to you. It's kind of the whole point is we're putting the power into your hands here. So let's go through it together. And full disclosure, before we get into this, I have not done this yet. So this was kind of like, this is kind of a case of public one-upsmanship here, let's be honest, because yesterday I was talking to my partner Renato, and he said that he downloaded the data and he made a graph and he posted it on LinkedIn. And I was thinking, well, you know what? I can do you one better, Renato. I'm going to do this live, and I'm going to do it raw. So if I screw up, then keep me honest, guys. Maybe it's not as easy as we're telling everybody it is. But here goes. Let's go right over here. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up a tab, and we're going to go to Nimdzi Insights here. And it looks like I'm already on the Nimdzi 100 page. So here we have the home page. We'll just scroll down. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit for y'all. And scroll down a little bit. And the first thing that we see here is going to be the Nimdzi 100 ranking. And click the picture, click the read more. And come down here and we jump right into it. We don't beat around the bush. Just here's the ranking right here from the largest language service providers, the largest translation interpreting companies in the world, down from number 1 all the way down to 100, based, of course, on revenue. And you see right up here at the top of this list, well, there's a lot of stuff that we can do right here, which is kind of neat. We can sort directly in the Chrome browser here, or whatever browser you use. Some savages still use Internet Explorer out there. I think it works in Internet Explorer. You can go check it out. But if you don't want to do that, let's say you want a little bit more power, you want to bring it into your environment here. You can download it as a CSV. You can just copy the data to your clipboard. You can download it as a CSV, and you can download it as an Excel. And I'm going to download it as an Excel file, just because I don't want to mess around with CSVs and encoding and all of that stuff. So if I download that, I got it right here. It came to my downloads folder. I'm going to paste it right here onto my desktop. Bam. Right there. Okay. And now I'm going to open up. I'm going to go to Google Data Studio. Now, Google Data Studio it's not incredibly intuitive if you're just starting out with data visualization. So if you've done some data visualization before, let's say you worked in Tableau or Domo. Domo is a great one. That's one that doesn't get talked about enough, or Power BI. Then you'll be completely comfortable in Google Data Studio. If it's new to you, then I still encourage you to check it out, because it does a good job of balancing the power, like the options with, oh, hi, Javi. I do see the comments, guys, if you're commenting on the live stream. Mwah, kisses to you, Javi. But it does a good job of balancing the user experience, like the simplicity, with the power. The tools like Power BI have a lot of power, but it's not very simple, in my experience, in my opinion, my not so humble opinion sometimes. And anyways, I'll let you see for yourself. Let's dive right into it here, and I'm gonna open up. Just go to datastudio.google.com. And if you have a Google account, which, like, spoiler alert, you do, like everybody these days has a Google account, whether they like it or not, you should have access to this. It's like Gmail, G Calendar, Google Calendar, all of that suite. I think you should have access to this. I could be wrong on that, though. Maybe it's only people with corporate G Suite accounts. Fact check me. In the comments. Hi, guys. Hi, Giovanna, Indre. Hi, everybody. Wow, good response. Go to bed, guys. It's Europe. It's Europe time. Stop talking about data dashboards. And sorry, I got distracted here. Yeah, so let me know in the comments if it doesn't work for you. Anyways, so let's create a blank report here. I'll just click this button here that says create a blank report. And now we need to find our data source. And our data source for this is going to be that Excel file that we just downloaded. So I'm going to go, I haven't used an Excel file in this for a very long time. Because typically I put it into Google Sheets these days, but there is one here. Oh, here we go, file upload. And of course I could have used a CSV as well. I don't know. I try to avoid CSVs if possible. So, okay, because it's Google, it's going to make it nice and easy for me. It says click to upload. Where'd it go? Okay. Well, let's hit back. All right. Well, it looks like it already created my report without a data source. So let's start over again. Create a report. File upload. Click here to upload files. Desktop. Oh, dear Lord, I have so much stuff on my desktop, but you can't see it because, what was it called? NIMSY 100. Here we go. Okay, so processing. So that's the thing with files, file uploads too, is has to be. And of course I just looked over at my monitor here. Of course I'm not sharing my screen. Gee, mini Christmas, I do apologize. We see you, not the spreadsheet. Thank you, Renato. If I was only checking the comments. Appreciate you guys for keeping me honest in the comments. You should be able to see my screen now. So, because of that, I'm gonna, keeping me honest. Maybe this isn't as easy as I said it was. datastudio.google.com. You see this, blank report. I'm gonna press that button. I get a screen right here to, there, now we can see both of me. You get a screen right here where I can hit this one right here, file upload. Bam. Click to upload files. Now I got to go hunt for my file right here, NIMSY 100 2021. Open. Awesome. And you guys can see this, right? If you're watching, let me know in the comments. Please, I really appreciate that. Okie dokie. So we're going to, okay, it's right here. Error. Why is there an error? Okay, let's view error. This file has processing errors. Only UTF characters are supported. All right, well, back to the drawing board. Maybe my hatred of CSVs is what is causing me to have these problems. So let's do this. I just downloaded that CSV file from nimsy.com. Let's see if we have better luck with that. See, it's uploading, it's processing. Oh man, this is gonna work. Of course it works. All of that stuff that I just said about like hating on CSVs, I take it back. I apologize. The CSV worked, the Excel file didn't, which, you know, big surprise. It's Google versus Microsoft, right? Okay, so now we're going to go down here in the bottom right corner. which you probably can't see because it's behind my fat head. There we go. Bottom right corner. And we're going to click add. That's going to add the data source to the report. And add to report. Bam. Okay, and I probably should have checked to see if I had meetings after this. Oh, we're good. We're good. All right, I'm just going to open up this blank thing, and it's going to immediately, it looks like it gave me a table here, which is, okay, that's cool, but it doesn't really give me what I want to see here. It's just record count, but I can go over here and I can change the table's metrics, the dimensions, and the metrics. And so the dimensions are basically like the things that you want to look at, the metric, like what you want to measure, essentially. And the metrics are how do we want to measure those things. So this is measuring it by record count. And I'm not sure that's really, I don't care, because that's just going to say there's only one TransPerfect. There's one Lionbridge. That doesn't mean much to me. But maybe I want to go up here, and this is more interesting. Let's drag 2020 revenue. And you know what? I'm probably going to do you guys a favor here and zoom in. Oh, yeah. There we go. It's probably a little bit better for you. So I just dragged this 2020 revenue down here into the metrics, and I'm going to get rid of that record count because I don't care about that. All right, so this is looking a little bit more useful. I really hope that when I click over to this other tab and I show you what the NIMSY 100 says, I really hope these numbers match up. So let's look. TransPerfect, 852.4 million in revenue is what they did. Here we go, 852.4. So TransPerfect, good on you. Almost hitting $1 billion there. Lionbridge is coming in second here, 739. Lionbridge, 739. That's 2. All right. Language Line Solutions is number 3, 618. 618. All right. I'm not going to do this for all of them. I just want to SDL 480.7. All right, SDL 480.7, and RWS, of course, 456. These are 2020 figures. 456.7. 456.7. Looks good. All right. So I'm not going to spot check any more than the top 5 there. But yeah, just a quick shout out to Keyword Studios at number 6, Appen, Accolade Group at 8. Appen was at 7, Accolade Group at 8, We Localize at 9, SDI Media. Yeah, lots of names that you all know and love. Download the report and check it out yourself. But that's not what I want to do. What I want to do is something way more interesting, because why would I go through all of this just to get the same exact thing that I can get on nimsy.com for free? Shameless plug. Rodrigo, what am I drinking? Rodrigo and I spend a lot of time on Clubhouse. You can get away with a lot more on Clubhouse because people can't see you. It's coffee, Rodrigo, don't worry. It's coffee. 2 o'clock. Or no, it's only 1 o'clock. So let's make a chart. Now, maybe I want to make a pie chart. I'm just going to make, I don't know, donut charts are way better than pie charts. So I'm going to make a donut chart, the exact same thing, frankly. And I don't even know what I want to do, what I want to make yet. However, this is my point, and this is why I wanted to talk about it. And this is why it's so powerful to actually have the data available, and you know, the basic skills to go in and tinker around with Data Studio, or you know, Excel. We could do Excel too, if you're more comfortable in Excel or Google Sheets. The graphs features in there, but kind of my point is, I don't know what I want to see yet. And this is kind of one of the fun things about being a researcher, as I'm sure my colleague Sarah, the chief researcher here, would say as well, like, it's just playing with the data. You got this big data set and just kind of seeing where it goes, right? And I know it's not as sexy and as efficient as, you know, running it through What's and some AI something and getting some results. Like, do that too, but there's something to be said for just sitting down and getting your hands dirty basically just rolling up your sleeves and getting your hands dirty. So that's what we're going to do here. All right, so I can get back to our thing here, and I'll get my fat face out of the way. All right, so it looks like the default here, it gave us a pie chart based upon 2020 revenue, and it's broken it down to the top. So this is kind of neat. I kind of like that, just the way it is, and it'd be a shame to mess with it too much. So I'm just going to leave it there, and I'm going to hit copy and paste. And now I have two of them. And here I want to, I don't know. Ooh, country. Actually, no, I'm done with you, donut chart, because I just realized country was one of the available, one of the available options here. So I'm going to not add data. I want to add a chart up here. Bring me back. And I want to add a geo chart or geo map or Google map. So one thing I love about Google products is that mostly they're continuously updated. And like, I didn't use Google Data Studio. I wasn't very hands-on with it for like 12 months because we have, thank God, we have people. Gabriel Karandisovsky, if you're watching, bless you, sir. He is our new Google Data Studio master, so that I don't have to anymore. But where was I going with this? Oh, generally speaking, they have great updates when you log in. It's like, oh wow, there's new features. It's great, because it used to be very, very basic, very, 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 very basic, and now there's a whole bunch of cool stuff on here. So anyways, country, I want to see what this default map is, because I added the thing. Let's see what they gave us. Okay, so they gave us revenue, the sum of revenue in each country. So that's kind of cool. Let's go up here, and if I hit this view up in the top right, I can view like what my dashboard will actually look like. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. So, and this dashboard I can embed. I can get an iframe for it, and I can embed it in a website. I can print it as a PDF. All sorts of different options on here. But the reason I like this view mode is because it's got this cool feature where you hover over, and you can see things like, oh, this is cool from a feature perspective. Just seeing where the money is in the top 100 language service providers in the world. And, it's like, I knew it was heavily in the US. Like, I knew that intellectually, of course, because we've been running this study for years. And historically, I've been a bigger part of it than I was this year. But seeing it right there in blue, like that dark blue, it's like, my first reaction when that popped up was, I think there's a mistake. Like, I think the data's wrong. And when I get that reaction, one of two things is true. Either it's a mistake or it's not. And when it's not a mistake, those are some of the most interesting insights. And yeah, so anyways, moving on. I don't want to stay on this for too long. I'll click edit here. But just going to the point that playing with it myself and just seeing it myself really drives home. Like, that drives home the fact that the vast majority, what was it? I want to go hover over it again. It was 3.7 billion, I think. No. I don't know how those numbers are rounded. But the vast majority of the revenue is coming from U.S.-based language service providers. It's very interesting. Let's see what else we can get into. Let's do one more. Once again, hey, I didn't plan this. This is the first time I'm playing around with this. I'm just trying to one-up Renato. And Renato, I know you're watching because you were making fun of me in the comments. So, touche, sir. So this might not go anywhere, but let's minimize this one over here. Let's get this one smaller. And let's add a bar chart. Bar. It's just a basic bar chart. Let's see what it gives us right off the top. I kind of want to see, what I think would be interesting in a dashboard is to see the revenue, like the map right by a bar chart, because the map is interesting and it leads to those nice visual, like aha moments, like, wow, there's a lot in the US. Like, I didn't realize that. It leads to those, and the visual is very powerful, but like it doesn't really give us the data like in a nice digestible way, because you got to actually like hover the mouse over it for the data to pop up. So we can do something like this where we put the map right up there on top, and then we can put this down here. And dimension, I don't want to list it by dimension. I want to list it by country, and let's see what that gives us. There we go. So the United States. See, because this visualization gives me a different aha. It provides just a little bit deeper, right? If you look at it and you can see it, right? If you can look at it, it's like, wow, the United States, like the map tells me the United States does a lot more than other countries. Wow, like a lot more. But this graph, this bar graph tells me, well, the United States does more than double the turnover, more than double the revenue in language services than the next closest country, which is the United Kingdom. And if I want to just really visually, I can be like this. And those all look like they stack up to about the same as the United States. So the U.S. does more than its following 4 or 5 countries combined, right? That is a headline. That is something that if I'm working in a language service, in an LSP marketing division, and I want to blog about something, and I want to project authority by blogging about actual data, and not just Nimdzy's data. Here's a link to Nimdzy's website, but data that I downloaded and like I manipulated, and I found my own insights, because we don't have any graphs published yet, guys. Like I said, the Nimdzy one, oh, correct me if I'm wrong, I apologize if they're hiding somewhere, but what we have published right now is the industry ranking, and the comprehensive market study, which is the Nimdzy 100, is part 2 is going to be published shortly. So all of our pretty graphs are coming. In the meantime, do your own. And what's cool about this is I can take this this pie chart over here, and holy moly, I can go to the style tab, and I can, gosh darn it, why do they change everything every time I log in? There we go. I can change the colors. I can put custom colors in here so that I can have my brand specific colors, right? I can go up here, image. Let's say I want to add an image and I want to upload something from my computer. I probably can find something here in my marketing folder, a logo. I'll just pick one at random. Bam, Nimdzy logo. Nimdzy logo. Anything I want. I can make this look as pretty as I want. I can make it look as ugly as I want. I can add additional pages. I can add additional tabs. It's very cool. And then when I'm ready to share it, I can embed it, which is really cool, because then you can just like embed it directly in your blog, or like you can just do like the map, right? And then you embed it directly in your blog, directly in your research, whatever it may be. And the user, if they're viewing it online, will actually have that functionality to go through and, hover over things. And I haven't even talked about filters yet. We can put in filters here, which of course is completely changed since last time I used it. But let's do this. Let's do advanced filter. Ooh, country equals. No, I don't want that. So now I'm going to create this filter. And hey, I'm all over the place. Like I said, this is a live stream. This wasn't planned. This is a pop-up event. And if I'm all over the place, it's because I'm having fun doing this. And I saw something shiny. So I want to, main business. Ooh, I kind of want to see what this does. Okay, so I just added a filter here for this dashboard. Now I can filter each report, each little one on their own too. But this filter here will control my whole dashboard. And I set it to filter by the main business. And I think that's going to be, let's check. So I just hit view. So this is what it would look like if it was embedded. This is what it would look like if I shared it with somebody. And, oh, it's not going to let me. I'm sure there's a more eloquent way to do this in Google Data Studio, but let's just go over here. And I'm just going to copy one of these because it's going from this. So I'm going to say main filter contains translation. Ooh, it's updating. It updated. So now everything on this report is for translation. And like I said, I'm sure there's a more eloquent way to use that, a more eloquent way to create a filter. I'm not going to try to figure it out now on a live stream, but I encourage you to. And I'll get to the comments here in a sec. I see there's some comments. I'm sorry, I'm just really excited about this filter. Life sciences. I want to see. Ooh, that's pretty cool. All right, so that was I said I was going to do one more. I have no idea how long I've been doing this. But, you know, after a while, you know, it can get boring. So I'm going to spare you guys. LinkedIn user, interesting though, because UK has a much lower population, so they seem to spend much more per person on language services. I'm not the guy. I'm afraid to open my mouth and try to sound smart because we've got chief researcher Sarah Hickey, as I mentioned earlier. I've got my partner Renato Beninato. I've got Jonathan Otis, who manages our mergers and acquisition stuff, where he's got his ear definitely to the ground on all of these type of market sizing type things. Excuse me. But I would say, if I were to venture a guess, the UK is a highly regulated, not regulated market. There's a lot of demand for language services there, and like I said, I'm just not even going to get into it. But I do reckon. Thank you for leaving the comment. Let's schedule another live stream with Sarah or someone who knows what they're talking about, and we can get you answers for that. But I hope that this was informative, not so much about the NIMSY 100. That's cool. You know who I think we listed the top 5 or 10 companies here on this live stream today. But if you want to know which is more, if you want to know if your company made the list, or just go to Google. Who types in addresses anymore? Just go to Google, type in NIMSY 100. It'll be the first thing that you see, and click on it. It's free. Share it. Love it, like it, love it, live it. And with that, I think I'm going to call it a day. I appreciate it if you took the time to spend this time with me today. If you have questions, if I wasn't clear about anything, it happens frequently, please reach out to us. Let us know. We want to help. We're here to help. info@nimsy.com. And with that, I wish you a wonderful day.